Hello everyone, welcome back to this Microsoft Excel tutorial journey with me on my Knowledge Factor YouTube channel. This is session number 102 and we are learning the Power Pivot tool in Microsoft Excel. So going forward, we have got our data model created. It's got two data sets in there. It's got our customer info and our order info. Right now, this comes the time to create the relationship. Now, depending on what version of Excel and the corresponding Power Pivot tool that you have, there is going to be a couple of different ways for you to, create the relationships. And what I'm going to use here, and remember, I'm on the latest release through the Microsoft 365 subscription model. What I can do here is on my home tab, I can go over to diagram view just right here. Currently we are looking at what they call data view. You can see it right next door here, but it looks a lot like an Excel worksheet. We have got the row headers there. We have got our column headers. Don't have the ABC and whatnot, but we got our list column headers there. The diagram view, if I just go there and click, this is going to give you a view of essentially the tables. That's really it. Just a structure of the table, right? The headers themselves. Now I got my customer info table on the left and I got my order info table at the right. I'm going to click on customer ID and I'm going to left click and drag it on over. See that line what I'm creating. I'm going to drag it over to the customer ID on the right hand side of the table, which is from the order info table, and I'll just let it go on over the order ID. You give it a moment and we now have a relationship between these two tables. Now, if you're not familiar with the table relationships, just a little bit of information here. The customer info table is what I'm going to refer to as the parent table, and the order info table is what I'll refer to as the child table. Now, why parent and child? In the customer info table, we have the customer ID. The customer ID in the customer info table, for each customer, you are going to have the customer ID, and it's going to be unique for each customer. Remember ALFKI, ALFKI, that value will only show up once in that table, once for one record. That's it. In the order info table, remember this is the child table or the children. The customer ID also shows up there, but then the each customer ID can repeat multiple times. In this scenario where customer and orders, we want it to show up multiple times. The more the customer places an order, right, the better for us, right? They place more and more orders to customer ID shows up multiple times in the order table. Great. That's the customer and orders. That's a good thing. But we only want it to show up once inside of the customer info table. Now, if you look closer at the relationship line that was created there, after we dragged customer ID to customer ID, we got a little fun because the customer ID shows up once in the table, each customer ID once, right? It's unique, and we got a little asterisk symbol over here on the order info table that denotes a many side of the relationship. The customer ID can show up there many times, right? We have what's called a one to many relationship here. That's a little bit of background information, just if in case if you wish to have that information right here, but we have created the relationship. We are just about there. We have got pivot table, we have created the data model based on our two data sets, and we have created the relationship there. Now if you don't have a copy of Power Pivot that has the diagram view, if I go to the data view, another way to create the relationship, if I go to my customer info tab, I can just I can just right click on the header, and there you will have an option to create the relationship. If I give that a click, customer info is our first table, right? I'll go to the drop down here and select the order info, and we just want to make sure that the customer ID and customer ID are selected from both the tables, and you can just hit OK and you will be good to go, right? So either approach will give you the same end results. uh, right now I'm going to cancel it out because I already created my just go to the diagram view and I have got my relationship. So get to that point right there, we have got the relationship. I get back to the data view. I have still got the customer info and the order info, but they are now related to this data model. So nail that part down and get the relationship created, and then we'll move into our next section and we'll start creating a pivot table based on this data set. Till then, thank you so much guys for watching this tutorial, and as I always say, if you really like this video and enjoying this journey, then please do like, share and subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon to get the latest content update on this channel. Alright then, we'll meet up in the next session. In case you have any questions, any concerns, then do let me know in the comment section of this video. So see you in the next session. Till then, stay safe, have a great life, and take very good care of yourself.